Dạ, xin chào thầy, hôm nay mình tiếp tục tập luyện bài Life is easy. There is one word that I always wanted to say to everyone in my life now. That phrase is life is easy. It's so easy and fun. Before I never think like that. When I was in Bangkok, I felt like life is very hard, very complicated. I was born in a poor village on the northeastern of Thailand. And when I was a kid, everything was fun and easy. But when the TV came, many people came to the village. They said, "You are poor. You need to follow success for your life. You need to go to Bangkok to pursue success in your life." So I felt bad. I felt poor. So I needed to go to Bangkok. When I was to Bangkok, it's not very fun. You need to learn, study a lot, and work very hard, and then you can get success. I worked very hard, 8 hours per day at least, but all I can eat. A bowl of noodle per meal, or sometimes dish of fried rice, or something like that. And where I studied very bad, a small room where a lot of people slept. It was very hard. I started to question a lot. When I work hard, why is my life so hard? It must be something wrong because I produce a lot of things, but I cannot get enough. And I tried to learn. I tried to study in the university. It's very hard to learn in university. It's because it's very boring. And when I looked at subjects in the university, every faculty, most of them had destructive knowledge. There's no productive knowledge in the university for me. If you learn to be an architect or engineer, that means you ruin more. The more these people worked, the mountain will be destroyed more. And the good land in Chao Phraya Basin will be covered with concrete more and more. We destroy more if we learn agriculture, faculty, or something like that. That means we learn how to poison the land, the water, and learn to destroy everything. I feel like that. Everything we do is so complicated, so hard, and everything. We just make hard. Life is so hard. I felt disappointed. I start I started to think about why I have to be here in Bangkok. I think about when I was a kid. Nobody worked 8 hours per day. Everybody worked 2 hours, 2 months a year, planting rice 1 month or harvesting the rice another month. The rest is free time, 10 months of free time. That's why people have so many festivals in Thailand. Every month they have festival because they have so much free time. And then in the daytime, everyone even take a nap. Even now in Laos, go to Laos if you can, people take a nap after lunch. And after they wake up, they just go shift. How's your son-in-law? How's your wife, daughter-in-law? People have a lot of time, but because they have a lot of time, they have a time to be with themselves. And when they have a time to be with themselves, they have a time to understand themselves. When they understand themselves, they can see what they want in their life. So many people see that they want happiness, they want love, they want to enjoy their life. So people see a lot of beauty in their life, so they express that beauty in many ways. Some people by carving the handle of their knife very beautiful, the basket or beauty very nice. But now nobody does that. Nobody can do something like that. People use places everywhere. So I feel like it's something wrong in there. I cannot live this way I'm living. So I decided to quit university and went back home. When I went back home, I started to live like I remember, like when I was a kid. I started to work 2 months a year. I got 4 tons of rice, and the whole family, 6 people, we eat less than half a tons per year. So we can sell some rice. I took 2 ponds, 2 fish ponds. We have fish to eat all year round. And I studied a small garden, less than half an acre, and I spend 15 minutes per day to take care of the garden. I have more than 30 variety of vegetables in the garden. So 6 people cannot eat all of it. We have a surplus to sell in the market. We can make some income in there too. So I feel like it's easy. Why I have to be in Bangkok for 7 years working hard and then not have enough to eat? But here, only 2 months a year and 50 minutes per day, I can feed 6 people. That's easy. And after that, before I think that stupid people like me, who never get a good grade at school, cannot have a house. Because people who clever than me, who get number 1 in the class every year, that they get a good job, but they need to work more than 30 years to have a house. But for me, who cannot finish university, how can I have a house? Hopeless for people who have low education like me. But then I studied to do only building. It's so easy. I spend 2 hours per day from 5 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock in the morning, 2 hours per day. And 3 months, I got a house. And another friend who's the most clever in the class. He spent 3 months to building his house too. But he had to be in debt. He had to pay for his debt for 30 years. So compared to him, I have 20 years and 10 months of free time. So I feel that life is so easy. I never think I can build a house easy like that. And I keep building a house per year, at least one house per year, every year. Now I have no money, but I have many houses. My problem is tonight which house I will go to sleep. So house is not a problem. Anybody can build a house. The kids, 13 years old at the school, they make bricks together, they make a house. After 1 month, they have a library. The kids can make a house. A very old nun can build a hut for herself. Many people can build a house, so it's easy. If you don't believe me, try it. If somebody wants to have a house. And then the next thing is clothing. I feel like I'm poor. I feel like I'm not handsome. I tried to dress like somebody else, like a movie star, to make myself look good, look better. I spent 1 month to save money to buy a pair of jeans. When I wore them, I turned left, I turned right, looked in the mirror. Every time I look, I am the same person. The most expensive pants cannot change my life. I felt like I'm so crazy. Why I have to buy it? I spent 1 month to have a pair of pants. It doesn't change me. I started to think more about that. Why we need to follow fashion? Because when we follow fashion, we never catch up with this because we follow it. So don't follow it. Just stay here. Use what you have So after that, until now, 20 years, I have never bought any clothes. All the clothes I have are left over from people. When people come to visit me and when they leave a lot of clothes there. So I have tons of clothes now. And when people see me wear very old clothes, they give me more clothes. So my problems is I need to give clothes to people very often. So it's easy. And when I stopped buying clothes, I feel like it's not only clothes, it's about something else in my life. What I learned is when I buy something and I think about I buy it because I like it, or I buy it because I need it. So if I buy it because I like it, that means I'm wrong. So I feel more free when I think like this. And the last thing is when I get sick, what will I do? I really worried in the beginning because then I had no money. But I started to contemplate more. Normally, sickness is a normal thing. It's not a bad thing. Sickness is something to remind us that we did something wrong in our life. That's why we got sick. So when I get sick, I need to stop and come back to myself and think about it, what I did was wrong. So I learned how to use water to heal myself, how to use earth to heal myself. I learned how to use basic knowledge to heal myself. So after I rely on myself in these four things, I feel like life is very easy. I feel something like freedom. I feel free. I feel like I don't worry about anything much. I have less fear. I can do whatever I want in my life. Before, I had a lot of fear. I cannot do anything. But now I feel very free, like I'm a unique person on this earth. Nobody like me. I don't need to make myself like anybody else. I'm the what's number one. So things like this make it easy, very light. And after that, I started to think about that. When I was in Bangkok, I felt very dark in my life. I started to think many people maybe think like me at the time. So we started a place called Pun Pun in Chiang Mai. The main aim is just to saving seed, to collect seed, because seed is food, food is life. If there is no seed, no life, no seed, no freedom, no seed, no happiness. Because your life depends on somebody else. Because you have no food, so it's very important to save seed. That's why we focus on saving seed. That's main things to be in Pun Pun. And the second thing is the learning center. We want to have a center for ourselves to learn how to make his life easy. Because we were taught to make life complicated and hard all the time. How can we make it easy? It's easy, but we don't know how to make it easy anymore. Because we always make it complicated, and now we start to learn and learn to be together. Because we were taught to disconnect ourselves from everything else, to be independent. So we can rely on the money only. We don't need to rely on each other. But now, to be happy, we need to come back to connect to ourselves again, to connect to other people, to connect our mind and body together again. So we can be happy, life is easy, And from beginning until now, what I learned is the four basic needs: food, house, clothes, and medicine must be cheap and easy for everybody. That's the civilization. But if you make the four things hard and very hard for many people to get it, that's uncivilization. So now, when the look at everywhere around us, everything is so hard to get. I feel like now is the most uncivilized era of humans on this earth. We have so many people who finish university, have so many universities on the earth, have so many clever people on this earth. But life is harder and harder. We make it harder for whom? We work hard for whom right now? I feel like it's wrong, it's not normal. So I just want to become back to normal. To be a normal person, to be equal to animals. The birds make a nest in 1 or 2 days. The rest dig a hole in the one night. But clever humans like us spend 30 years to have a house. And many people can't believe that they can have a house in this life. So that's wrong. Why we destroy our spirits, why we destroy our ability that much. So I feel like that it's enough for me to live in the normal ways, in the abnormal ways. So now I try to be normal, but people look at me as the abnormal one, a crazy person. But I don't care because it's not my fault. It's their fault. They think like that. So my life is easy and light now. That's enough for me. People can think whatever they want. I cannot manage anything outside of myself. What I can do is change my mind, manage my mind. Now my mind is light, is and easy. That's enough. If anybody wants to have a choice, you can have a choice. The choice to be easy or to be hard. It depends on you. Thank you.